Hey, what's up, my construction entrepreneurs? You know, um, there's times where I feel like a robot, I feel human, I feel like a machine, I feel like I can go forever. And, there's also times where we just like, I don't want to do nothing. That's how I feel right now. Like, for real. I don't want to do nothing. I got probably, what, I think maybe 4 bids on the to estimate on the calendar this month. I got one that's a challenge, another one that's a pretty big one. Well, I think it's big anyway. I don't know until I really dive into it. Got a little tiny one, and they all of them. I'm like, so somehow I did get up this morning, went for my walk. Around 5:30, so that was good. So starting the day off well, but just not finding that uh that ball of energy that I usually have, every morning, where just overly excited, you know. And so one thing I do is I acknowledge it. Like, okay, is it stress? Like, what's going on? Do I feel like I'm not doing enough? Sometimes with me sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough. I may have heard something, I may have seen something, and they give me thoughts to like, hey, you need to do more. You need to be better. Could be things like that that's picking at me. Um, could be, something I'm uh, stressing about, not really thinking about. So what is it that? So I put a label to it. And then once the label is to it, then I can work on correcting it, right? Correcting my attitude, my emotions, so I can head myself in the right direction. Because I need to keep going, man. Okay, trailer. So I need to be going, man. I need to be at the top, right? Not all the time you can be, but we need to be. We need to try to be anyway. So just go in there, go in the house right now, chat with my kids. My kids will make me feel a little bit better. The wife always makes me feel a little bit better. But man, sometimes I don't I don't want to deal with them either. This morning I do, so I'm good. But how do we shake that feeling, man? How do we get out of that rut, you know? One, for me, no matter what, show up. Show up, man. So I'm gonna still show up. I'm gonna still perform. And today, what I'll do is, man, that hill is no joke. So today, what I'm gonna do is, when I'm feeling like this, I'll set alarms to take breaks. So let's say throughout the day, I'll set to take a break, a 10-minute or 15-minute break once an hour. Kind of go outside, maybe play with the dogs, you know, maybe even take a walk, make some phone calls, kind of get a different scenery, and then get back on it and just be productive. Make sure that I have notifications off. My phone is, on the other side of my office, so I'm not easily triggered by notifications. And I'm gonna try to get the most production out of me today because I'm not feeling it all the way. It's just it. I'm not feeling it all the way. So, what do you do when you're in a rut? How do you figure it out? What do you do? Let me know. Let me know what's best. Let me know how to handle that. Give me some good tips here. I can't be the only one feeling like this, right? There's just times where you're not quite feeling it. But one thing is you got to show up. You got to put your best foot forward, and and try to find some joy in it. But sometimes you just can't. But you still have to show up. That's the main thing. Just show up, man. Show up and get to it, and do your best for that day, and break up things. Sometimes just breaking things down into smaller pieces can help. Like, hey, like my wife taught me a long time ago, and I brought this up to you guys, having trigger goals, right? So, and I use that to start my morning walk, right? So I know I like to eat sweets like donuts, cakes, muffins. Like I love cake, right? A soft cake, and I know I've been eating a lot of that lately. So I'm trying to, and I'm not going to. I was going to Orange Theory for a while. Stopped doing that. Wife's still going. So I was like, hey, I need to get out and go walk at least. So getting up early in the morning was, 5 o'clock was quite a bit of a challenge. I don't get up like that anymore. I'm not. I don't. I'm not thrilled to set my body to a time that I must wake up every day. That's not my goal in life. Is to be programmed to wake up. Um, I do wake up at a certain time, nonetheless, right? Because you just repetition. But getting up and waking up and getting out of bed, putting on your clothes and going for that exercise, um, is a bit challenge. So just doing those little trigger goals of one, waking up, you know, and then two, just getting dressed. Maybe not going nowhere, but at least getting dressed. You're doing trigger goals to get you there a little bit closer and closer. Next day, you get up, put on your clothes, and just walk outside. Maybe sit on the little swing chair here, and then the next day, do the same thing, but maybe just walk to the corner. Eventually, you can walk there and say, "I might as well just do it." And that's why I did to start back walking this morning, um, walking in the morning. So it's just doing trigger goals, but showing up, but just taking it into little bitty pieces. So today I may say, hey, you know what? Let me just do this sheet. You know, you can easily be distracted by the easier things to do. Like I can go to a job site, look at the guys, or whatever was going on, make sure orders are right. All I'm doing is double checking people's work that's already in place. Why do, why do that? That's why you have a team. So you can focus on the things that matter, and they can focus on doing what matters, what their duties are that matter, right? So you're not all over the place trying to do everything. So I can do those easy things and go to those easy parts. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay focused, and I'm gonna just break it down in chunks. So I got plans, right? So most likely, I've been working on Bluebeam on these plans. So um, I think I got a paper set, and I'm on Bluebeam on them as well. Why both? Probably to spoil. That's all. To spoil. Um, but I'll go on Bluebeam and I'll do maybe a section of a page at a time because there's a lot going on. Maybe I'll make sure, hey, let me get this part done at least in this hour. And then my 10-minute, 15-minute break will ring off, and then boom. And then I'll say, let me get this part done. And I'll start chunking at it a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And as I take off more of that weight, I probably tend to want to move faster and just say, let's just knock this thing out. So just breaking it up into those little smaller things, because we all feel that sometimes to where we just don't want to go for it, man. So let me know what you do. What are your routines? What are some things that you can suggest to get out of a rut? to still be to still give, you know, high energy, or just to get things done at a high level still, right? Excuse me. Things done at a high level still. Let me know what you know, what are some things you do, some things you can share. That's what I would do. Hey, my construction entrepreneur, thanks for listening. Make sure you guys check out the website. Make sure you guys support. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Also, too, good news, tomorrow is the proposal writing class, so notifications will go out today. Someone else is doing it, sending it out. Okay, I'm not touching it, right? Someone else is doing it. So the Zoom link will be in the notifications. Let's get this thing cracking tomorrow, get this thing going. I got a few other classes I'm lining up. I just need to make sure it doesn't clash with you know, my wife got some vacation date set. I just need to make sure that doesn't clash with that. And or maybe I can have someone else teach them, you know. But there's some more classes coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. Turn on notifications, share, and then hey, send this to someone that needs to hear this. Send this to someone that's in the phone, you know, and share it, right? Hey, my construction entrepreneurs, I'm gonna start my day off, get this thing rocking, hustle hard, then hustle harder. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.